everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today this video is a little different than my vlogs, a little different than my app videos. It is a chit chat with you all and a story time about a life-changing moment that I had a couple of months ago where I quit my full-time salary job to pursue my career and pursue my dreams and pursue my passion with working on my business. So if you want to hear about it and hear everything I've learned in these past 3 months, keep on watching. So where do I want to start? I think I'll start in August. I quit my job officially my last day was September 17th, 2021. So it was almost 3 months ago, but I talked about it and I prayed about it and everything, like end of July, all of August, to see if this is something that I really wanted to do. So my previous job was working in hospitality. I was working at a hotel and I worked there for almost 3 years as well. I worked there. I started off as a front desk associate, then I was promoted to front desk supervisor, then I was promoted to operations manager / assistant general manager. And so I was able to kind of work my way up over the past like 2.5 years, which was really great. It was an amazing blessing. So when I left there, I was a salaried employee with the corporate company, but that's really as high as I could go within that hotel. It was a small hotel, and so the only other position I could have was general manager. And general manager wasn't available at that point. Like, I had reached my ceiling, and I was now just waiting for my GM to leave or be promoted. And to be honest, I knew once I hit that ceiling that either I was going to have to leave the property and go to another property to get on that GM track, or I was just going to have to leave because I can't rush somebody out of a position, and I wouldn't want to. But also, I knew in the back of my head that this wasn't meant for me. I was really good at my job, but I knew that it just wasn't where I was aligned to be in this world. It wasn't my purpose. It was my purpose for right then and right there. But after a while, I just felt like I was in this rut and I was stuck. And it wasn't to the point where I wasn't happy with my position. I was being complacent. It was literally like something was pulling me to leave. And something was telling me, Taylor, this is not it. This is not where you, at this point, this is not where you even need to be right now. This is not something you need to wait out, because then you'll get used to the salary, you'll get used to everything, you get comfortable, and I need you to be uncomfortable. And I knew this is when God was like speaking to me heavy. So around August is when things started. I could see things a lot more clearly, and I could see that I need to make a move or I'm going to suffer for it. Because every day I would wake up overwhelmed and stressed, and not in the good way. Every time I would drive to work, like there were a couple of times that I would be crying driving to work. I just knew I was so unhappy, and it wasn't the workplace. Like my coworkers, my GM were amazing. Like, we were a big family, but hospitality does take a lot out of you, and especially management, because you don't get breaks. If somebody calls out of work, you are the next in line. Every problem comes to you, and even outside of management, just working in a position where you are so customer facing, and the customers love to bring their problems, even if it has nothing to do with their stay, it has nothing to do with the property. They will bring their problems to you and they will project that onto you. And so you carry that with you. And this is not a job where you could just leave and not take it with you. I was on my phone 24/7. I was in my email 24/7. I just was always on edge because I was like, what's about to happen? What's about to go wrong? And it was just, I got to the point where I'm like, I'm 25. I should not feel this like wound up about my job. My job, which frankly was not paying me enough for the things that I was doing. My job that barely could cover my cost of living. And that's me not going out all the time, me not traveling, me not buying a whole bunch of clothes and shoes. This is like essentials. And so it was frustrating. I got frustrated because of how I was feeling. And I got frustrated because it took a toll on my mental health. It took a toll on my physical health. Like, I am the heaviest that I've ever been. And it's because I was so stressed out. I couldn't get into a nice schedule because I was always being thrown this, that way, all day, every week. And it just broke me. And I remember one day I came home from work, I was just drained, and I think I sat and I stared at a wall for 2 hours. Like, literally stared at the wall, just looked at the wall, and time just went past. And I was even more frustrated because I knew my time when I got home was limited. Like, I would get home at around like 5, 6. I would try to work out, but by the time you get home, you don't want to do that. So, okay, I would have to cook dinner. And then I was also still doing my side business, but it was not to the capacity that I knew I needed to be delivering. And so I would try to get projects done then. And by that time, it was 10 o'clock, and I had to be back up and back to the hotel by like 9. So that day when I just sat there, and then I got mad at myself because I'm like, girl, you just wasted 2 hours that you don't really have. And that next day, I was on the way to work, and I was crying, and I was praying, and I was asking God. I was just like, I know this is not the life for me. I just need the courage to do this. Like, I need the courage to step out on faith and just say, I have to go. I have to leave. And nothing, at that point, nothing told me otherwise. There was nothing in my heart that told me that the life that I knew I was destined to have, I couldn't have it. This was the only thing holding me back. And it wasn't because it was something that I wanted. I knew it was something that I needed to do. I knew that if I continued on this path, I would have several mental breakdowns. I wouldn't be happy with anything in my life. I wouldn't be joyful about anything. Okay, that might be a little extreme, but I would not, it would be harder for me to find joy because I knew I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. So when I was driving, I was just like, I have to do it. And I knew the hardest thing was telling my GM because we were so close. Like, it was just the two of us, management on the property, and we were so close. And I knew that he counted on me for a lot of things, and I knew he trusted me, and I knew that he wanted me to grow within hospitality in the company, but I also knew that the business was going to go along without me. It is a business. He's been in this game for years. Like, no offense to myself, but he didn't really need me. And so I needed to get over that hump, and I just needed to sit down and tell him. And so once I worked up the courage that day, I was kind of on edge all day at work, but I knew it needed to be done. And so I asked, can I speak to him? And he was like, are you about to drop a bomb on me? And usually he says that a lot, and usually I'm just like, no, it's not that. But today I was just like, yeah, I gotta talk to you. And, the conversation, of course, was him trying to keep me there. He offered me more money, but it was just like, you could have offered me that before, and you didn't. So I went up to his offer, and I'm just like, okay, if you can offer me this, I'll stay. And even then I wasn't going to stay long. So it was that back and forth. Like, it went how I knew it was gonna go, but it wasn't any ill will. Like, he wasn't angry with me. He wasn't disappointed with me. Of course, he was sad to see me go, but I really had to tell him that I need to step out on faith. I needed to believe in myself. I needed to give myself that other push. I have to bet on myself wholeheartedly. And this is the only way I can bet on myself without holding on to this crutch of working this job. Because the job, it was literally like, I know a lot of people are able to balance work and their side hustle. And I commend you to the highest degree, because I know I'm not that person. I'm not that girl. I don't really know if I will ever be that girl, and I'm kind of okay that I'm not that girl, because that girl was that girl in college, and I was burnt out so crazy, and it was scary. So I knew that I wasn't going to be able to, because he was trying to tell me like different ways I can manage my time. I'm just like, it's not going to work. To what I need to do and to what I need to create, it's not going to work. I have to go. I have to go. And so we talked about it. He wanted me to think about it. I already thought about it. I prayed about it. I kept praying about it. And I was just like, it's going to work. Every time I was just like, it's going to work. It's like, it's like I had the plan. I just need the platform. Like, it's gonna work. And I still tell myself that every single day. It's going to work. I prayed about it for another week, because he still gave me that chance, because he was gonna promote on the team. And of course he didn't want to promote somebody and then I'd be like, oh, never mind, because that would have been completely messed up. So I gave him my formal, just for the professionalism of it, I gave him my formal 2 weeks, my resignation letter. And I stayed for 2 weeks. I had no reason to leave. Like, I had absolutely no reason to leave. I also had to train my replacement. So I was okay with being there for 2 weeks. And then my last day, we just all celebrated. They gave me a beautiful goodbye gift. It was great. We had lunch, and I knew that I would have to slowly cut ties. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be one of those things where, oh yeah, I'm going to be here all the time. Oh yeah, you can just help me with whatever. Oh yeah, like, I knew it wasn't going to be that. But I also knew that I still had a family there, and he clearly told me, like, if I ever needed it, I still had a job. And not my old job, but like, I could work front desk. I could just pick up some hours. Like, we have such a good relationship that I know that if I was ever in a pickle and I ever needed him, I could call him. And so it was bittersweet to leave, but I'm very glad that I left. I'm very, very glad and happy, and I still am to this day. No matter how hard it gets, I know I did the right thing. And I don't ever question that. I know I did the right thing, of closing that chapter of my life so God could open so many other doors of opportunities for me. And that's why 3 months later, it's comforting to feel that and to know that. So here we are, December 2nd, 2021. It is almost 3 months since my last day, and it's really what is next. After I left, the first thing I did, actually I did this like a week before I left. The first thing I did was give myself some structure. I was like, okay, Taylor, you are going to do this. You are going to really have to prove yourself. You're going to have to create a lane for yourself, and you're going to have to persevere, because this is not going to be easy. And I knew, I was telling myself all these 2 weeks, I was like, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to push through. There are going to be times where you just want to get a job. And you're going to want to just get back to what's comfortable, and you can't do that. Of course, you need to do what you need to do to survive, but you need to have your eyes on the prize, and your mind on the plan and keep the plan. Do not change the plan, because the plan has been a vision that you've had for so long, and there's no need to change the plan because you're not getting instant results. This is not, God didn't place this in your heart for it to be a quick, fast, in a hurry thing to get through, for you to rise to success so fast. This is going to be a journey, but it's going to be worth it in the end, because it's going to be long lasting. The impact that you leave from this is going to be long lasting. So you have to be willing to put in the work to get the results that stay around for long after you're gone, that set yourself up, set you up, set your family up. And that's going to take time, and it's going to take work. And that's what my biggest thing that I had to realize over these past 3 months. It's been 3 months. It's only been 3 months. And I know social media makes it so easy to compare where you're at right now to like somebody you follow where they're at right now, but it takes years to build this stuff. The instant success of social media is just so unrealistic, and I had to give myself that grace over these past couple of months, because it's just like I'm not going to say I don't see the results, because I do. When I'm consistent and when I'm actually executing the plan, I see the results, and I see them slowly but surely. I see them building, I see them strengthening and gaining momentum. But I knew at the end of the day I needed to restructure my foundation, because essentially my side hustle, my business, it's not a side hustle anymore. My business, I have been running on like maybe 40% with it the whole time, because I was still working jobs. And so now I had to restructure it to like, Taylor, what does your business look like at 100%? What do you look like at 100%? So the past 2 weeks, I restructured. I started to implement new systems. I started to develop new systems, do schedules to see how my day-to-day would go, now that I am on nobody's time but my own and my clients' deadlines, and that's about it. But 2, how can I make my business flow to where I am not burnt out and I am not trying to do too much at once. Now, I failed at that second part, because I did try to do in that first month, I did try to do too much at once, and I had to learn that it's okay to spread things out. Things do not have to happen all at once, and what you're building is not going to happen all at once. So you need to take the time to make sure what you are producing is quality, and that takes time. But also, don't sit on quality, because then too much time is gonna pass. And that's what I had to learn too. Even when making this video, I was supposed to make this video like maybe a week after I quit my job. It's been 2 months, and I'm glad, because I've learned so much along the way. But it was just like, this was supposed to, by this time I was supposed to have an update video, not a story time plus an update. And that's when I just had this revelation last night that I can't keep sitting on what God is giving me. God is literally gave me the blueprint. And now it's just executing it and doing what needs to be done. And so September to October, that first month, I was reworking my systems. I sat down, did my own personal business audit, see the things, see the holes in my business, see what I was slacking on, see how I could improve, see what I needed to create. And it was a lot of trial and error to figure out what was going on and what I could not bring into this new phase of my business that I previously just used to get by. Like, my communication had to improve, my workflow had to improve, my time management definitely had to improve. And so that's what I spent, honestly, the first 2 months, because I realized I was in a bigger hole. I had created a bigger hole than I thought, and so I had to start digging myself out of that hole. And so I have been completely revamping my business, getting ready for Q1, completely restructuring it. I am really zoning into my expertise and my genius of what I know I can deliver to people, what I know I can create. Once I zone that in, once I realize, okay, Taylor, this is not who you are, but this is who you are, and this is what you are going to bring to people, it has helped me so much. And so I guess you could definitely call that niching down. And now I'm just reworking everything, and also I'm giving myself the chance to learn new skills, because I know I don't know everything I need to know within my industry, within my lane. I don't know. And so that means taking the time to build up my portfolio, taking creative classes, learning, going to YouTube University, growing, doing online courses, just having that, giving myself that space to learn and grow so that I can present better quality to people. Because what I'm doing, I do graphic design, graphic and web design. That is constantly evolving with the trends, with the new techniques, with the softwares, constantly evolving. And so I have to always be in a state of learning, and I had to give myself that space to be able to learn. And so with running my business, I never want to lie and pretend I know it all, because I don't. But trust me, I'm going to learn how to do it. If I don't know something, I'm going to learn how to do it. I am in such a not vulnerable, but I'm in a reshaping state right now, to where I am accepting constructive criticism from my clients on how I can run things smoothly for them. I'm accepting criticism on my designs, on how they can improve, because I have that time to now improve things. But I'm not going to sit on it. It's like, once I learn something, I'm going to implement it immediately, because that is how you create consistency, and that's how you create growth, and that's how you elevate to the next level. And so these 3 months have taught me that, one, it is okay to backpedal. It is okay to know that things just aren't going to be perfect out the gate. Like, there's so much I still haven't even touched the surface on, but I know for a fact that God is aligning my steps. I know that He is going to pull me whatever struggles I'm going through, whatever financial things I'm going through. He is working to pull me out. But I also know He is telling me, Taylor, I just need you to focus. I just need you to be on the plan. And if this is reaching somebody's spirit who has been kind of in between leaving their job to pursue their purpose, I'm not the person to come to about a plan, because I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I had a plan. I didn't have a backup plan. I don't have a backup plan, and that's why I'm so adamant about it having to work. Whatever it may be, and I know what this is and my purpose and my vision, it's going to be ever evolving as I reach new levels and open new doors. But if you feel that fire in your heart when you think about your purpose, and you know where you currently are isn't aligned, it's not like a stepping stone to it, it's completely like out of whack of your purpose, you need to put yourself in positions that align you with your purpose. Even if that is not just quitting your job completely and going to another job that is more aligned with your purpose, or starting over to an entry level to the career that you know is aligned with your purpose. Just make sure that you are moving forward. You're constantly moving forward. You're constantly learning. You're constantly taking in information and putting out great things, because I promise you, the second you stop moving, and I don't mean relaxing, but I mean the second you stop thinking about your purpose and thinking about your passion, thinking about that fire, I promise you, you will get stuck in a place of complacency, and you will be comfortable, and you will be unhappy, and you'll look up and months and years might have passed, and you're like, Where did I go? What stopped? Fire is not going to be burning every single second of every single day. It doesn't burn like that for me every single second of every single day, but it is burning. It's still burning today. As I'm recording this video, it's burning stronger and stronger because I'm realizing, okay, Taylor, keep your eyes on the prize. Like, do what you say you are going to do. Align yourself accordingly. Focus on the vision. Focus on the purpose. Focus on the plan. And things will align. Do the work. Just do the work. I feel like everything boils down to doing the work and putting in the work and putting in the time and making those sacrifices. I am 100% against hustle culture. 100%. It's so crazy because if you would have talked to me a couple years ago, I would have been like, if you're not hustling, boo, I don't know what you're doing. I'm 100% against hustle culture because you do not need to do that to yourself, especially if you're like me and you're in your 20s and we have so much life to live. You do not need to burn yourself out like that. It is scary what your body will do once you start burning. Once you start burning out and once you start shutting down, it is scary. And I never, ever, ever want to promote anything like that. So if you feel like you are burnt out, if you feel like you are slowly drowning, if you feel like you are stuck in a place and you don't see a way out, do whatever you need to do to change that situation. I don't know you personally, so I'm not going to sit here and say what that is, but you know what that is. But you should never feel like you are drowning. That is the scariest feeling to feel, and I never want that for anybody. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. But as we are wrapping up, it is December, as we're wrapping up this year and as we are prepping for this quarter, what is next? What is next? So, Elysian 31, when I started in 2018, Elysian 31 was Elysian 31 Solutions, and it was dedicated to graphic design, brand design, social media management. The crazy thing, it still kind of is. But it has evolved into Elysian 31 Creative Studio, where we focus on graphic design, brand design, and web design. And we also focus on social media, content creation, and strategy. I am the person who create the content and help you come up with the ideas and create the ideas. That is my passion, to help people become their best selves. Whatever that is, people, brands, businesses, organizations become the best versions of themselves. And so that is where I'm taking Elysian 31. I have set my new pricing. I just finished that last night. Super proud of myself. I just need to tweak some things. I've set my 2022 pricings of, we're offering a lot more packages and a lot more monthly retainer packages as well. I'll leave the link in my bio for my portfolio, the 2022 pricing guide, and also a link to submit an inquiry to work with me. Q1, I am definitely focused on pushing out more content on the E31 side, like via the website blog, via YouTube, via Instagram and TikTok. But also I'm using Q1 to perfect my skills a lot, not with my clients, unless of course they want something new and different, but within myself. So building up my portfolio when it comes to graphic design. And then I want to develop my unique brand design strategy. I want to have my own kind of process. And so that is tweaking that as well. And of course, I have a few new services that I'm also going to be offering, but we will see. I'm not trying to throw everything at myself at once, but if it aligns with what I'm doing, then of course I will open and offer those services. But it's also about what my audience wants, what my clients want. So it's this new year. This will be my first year officially full-time in business, and so I want to not try to throw everything on January and Q1, but I do have goals that I'm trying to reach. And so Q1 is really like a zone in month, and then Q2, which starts April 1st, which is my birthday month. Yeah, and Q2 starts on my, no, it's the first Q1, Q2. Yeah, Q2 starts on my birthday month, and so that's when I'm kind of going to hit the ground running, because I want to go into 26 with so many different, like year 26 is going to be so different than year 25, and so I just want to prepare myself for that, so that's what Q1 will be for. I will also be offering social media management services as well, but that is something I'll probably offer more in Q2, because there are a few things that I still want to learn and a few things I want to tweak as far as my service offerings. And I want to try out a lot of different platforms to have that solidified as well. So there's a lot of things that I still need to work on, and I'm okay with that, because I know I spent the last 3 months kind of like trying to keep my head above water, trying to see what this really was, but also start revamping everything. So now that I've gotten a clear head, I've cleared out all my projects, I can go into January with an open slate of everything and just dive headfirst into it. And so I'm so excited. I am so blessed. I hope that who's ever watching this, if you become a client of mine, I cannot wait to work with you. I cannot wait to grow with you. And if you're just watching this for inspiration, I believe in you. I always just said, I just need one person to believe in me, no matter what I'm doing. It's easy to believe in yourself, but then it's also easy to turn against yourself. So I was like, I just need one person to believe in me. Thankfully and luckily, I have a community of people who believe in me, and I want to tell you that I believe in you. Whatever you are aligned to do, whatever your purpose is, I believe that you can do it. Whatever you are scared to do, I understand, because it is scary to make change. I completely understand why you're scared, but I promise you, one, that feeling's not going to go away, but if you are scared to do something, it's because you are meant to do it. You are meant to do it, unless it's like jumping off a bridge. Don't do that. But if you are scared to do something, that means that there's something in your spirit telling you to go, and you need to go. Chase your scared, chase that fear, and take it head first and conquer that fear, because I promise you it's not the first fear you're going to have. So you might as well get used to the feeling of conquering those fears. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.